Mother, I'm bored. Could you please stop working and talk to me? Bored? How could you be bored, darling? Come on, I will read you a story. Have you ever heard of Alice in Wonderland? Alice in Wonderland? No, Mother, I have never heard of her. Okay, I will read you that story. One sunny day, Alice was sitting next to her sister while she was reading. Her sister had been reading books all morning, and Alice was very bored now. She thought for a while and decided to ask her sister to stop reading. She was about to do so when she saw a little white rabbit with pink eyes run past her. I'm late! I have to hurry! I'm late! As he was running past her, he ran into his rabbit hole. Alice was very interested in this turn of events, and so she decided to follow the rabbit. She looked down into the hole, and suddenly the hole gave away and Alice fell into it. She kept falling and falling for what seemed like a very, very long time. Will I ever stop falling? What kind of a strange hole is this? At last, she landed with a thud in a big empty room. The room had 3 doors of different sizes. She saw the rabbit outside the smallest door before it closed shut. But the door was very, very small. No bigger than Alice's new pencil back home. I must get on the other side of that door. But how will I ever get through? It is so small. Then Alice noticed a small table in the corner of the room. She walked over to it to find a small bottle of pink potion with the label "Drink Me" written on it. Next to it was a small little key, about the size of the smallest door's lock. I think this key belongs to that door. I wonder what this potion will do to me if I drink it. Let's try. Took the key in one hand and drank the potion with the other hand. Suddenly, Alice could no longer see the top of the table. She was becoming smaller and smaller. She was shrinking. The empty bottle of the pink potion became too heavy for her. What is happening to me? I'm shrinking. Once Alice was small enough to go through the smallest door, the shrinking stopped. Alice quickly ran to the door, opened it, and ran out. She found herself in the most beautiful garden she had ever seen, but she could not enjoy it because she was so tiny, and all the flowers and plants were so big compared to her. Oh, I wish I were bigger. Hearing her talking, the white rabbit came to her and told her very rudely, "Go to my house and get my gloves and fan." Alice did not know why the rabbit was so rude to her. Maybe he did not like being followed. Nevertheless, she decided to follow the rabbit's instructions because she was so curious and wanted to see the rabbit's house. When she entered the rabbit's home, she saw a yummy-looking cake on the kitchen top. It had a sticker on its plate that said, "Eat me." Alice was very, very hungry by then. She had missed lunch, so she decided to eat the cake. As soon as she took one bite of the cake, she started to get big again. Soon she could not fit into the house anymore, and she could not see the rabbit's gloves anywhere, but grabbed his fan and decided to run out of the house. As soon as she came out, she started shrinking again. Oh no! What is this? Will I ever be back to my normal size again? One of my mushrooms makes you grow tall, and the other side makes you shrink. Alice turned around to see who was talking to her. It was a caterpillar sitting on a mushroom. She quickly ate a piece from the side he was pointing to, and she came back to her normal size. She thanked him for his help and asked, "How do I get back home? Could you please tell me that?" "That path leads to the Mad Hatter, and the other one to the rabbit's home." This time, it was a cat that was sitting in a tree talking to Alice. Alice thanked him and took the path to the Mad Hatter. She did not want to meet the rude rabbit again. "I will meet you in the evening at the Queen's palace," said the cat.
"Halt! To go further, you must answer my question correctly."
"Oh, I love riddles. Please do ask me your question."
"Tell me, why is a raven like a writing desk?"
Alice thought for a while, but she did not know the answer to the riddle. "Oh, I don't know the answer to your question. Could you please tell me why?" Alice asked the Mad Hatter. He was taken aback. No one had ever asked him what the answer was to his own riddle.
"Oh, well, I don't know either,"
he replied.
"We don't know anything around here. You can go ahead onto the path."
And so Alice proceeded to the Queen's castle, where a game of croquet was on. The Queen was very unkind and unreasonable. If she did not like someone, she would instruct her soldier to be off with his or her head immediately. Her guards had made a mistake earlier that day, and so she had turned them into cards for the game. When the Queen saw Alice, she instructed her to play with her. "You will play croquet with me, and if I lose, it will be off with her head." "Oh, yes, Your Majesty," Alice replied. Alice was very careful, but the Queen was terrible at this game, and Alice had to try really hard to lose. "Ha! You lost," said the Queen. "If I want to, I will have your head for it." But trumpets started to play from far away, and the White Rabbit hopped forward. "The royal court is now in session, and you will be tried." "Tried? For what? I haven't even done anything," said Alice. "You have been accused of stealing heart-shaped tarts from the Queen's kitchen." "First, you don't know how to play croquet," said the Queen. "And then you dare steal tarts from my kitchen. You should be punished. Off with her head." "This is silly," said Alice. "I haven't even stolen anything. I just reached for the castle and started playing with the Queen." She looked at the White Rabbit, the Mad Hatter, the Caterpillar, and the Talking Cat. They were all looking at her and smiling. "What's going on?" Alice felt someone touching her arm. It was her sister. "Wake up, Alice. You fell asleep next to me. It's time for lunch." "What a strange dream I had. I promise I will never complain of being bored while you read again." "Wow, Mother, that was such a strange story. Next time you sit to talk to me, I too will write my own story instead of getting bored." "Okay, sweetheart, but I have to be the first one you tell it to, okay?"